Hello, hello. Come on in, grab a seat. Gonna post this live on my page for a second. Get everything set up. All right. Let's go live. Oh, this is going to be viewed now. This is going to be viewed later. And always, I say, it's always now, no matter when your now is. Just making sure it's getting shared on my page. And hello, Heather Powers. Love you. You can share this. That'd be great. Just give me a moment here while we come on in. Meanwhile, enjoy the sounds of Elijah Ray. Just wanted to share this to my personal page. Just breathe right where you are. Yeah, I just shared to my... Let's do this. Yeah, that's gonna help. There we go. All right. I'm not going to take a long time to let this build because I know that that wastes our time. So I'm just going to get right into it. And just thank you for being here, those that are here present and available in this holy now moment, and those that are choosing to listen and watch later. I want to preface it by a quote I said at the beginning of this. Hello from New Zealand. Welcome. Yeah, if you come on in, say hello and where you're from. That'd be great. But over the weekend, I was reading actually, and I came across this quote from William Bueller, who we have been associated with. He's transitioned recently, last year actually, but just a true Christ at heart. A man who is very connected to Gaia and the ascension dynamics and physics of all that is. And he is quoted as saying, "This is more than a new age. It's a completion of the work of all ages. My main message is that we have no other more demanding tasks as souls and as a cosmic race than to facilitate ascension." And I took that to heart. I was in a sound bath and a meditation, some breath work over the last week. And it was a deep, profound session, and I was connected. I was taken to Egypt. I was taken to the pyramids and the Sphinx. And I heard a voice of somebody who I work with in the upper realms, Serapis said, "Please be my voice for the ascension." And there's a book that I came across that I've been reading every day. I read it out loud to Heather, and I wanted to know this voice of this master, Serapis Bey. And Serapis Bey is an ascended master. For those of you that might be new to the ascended masters, I invite you to just suspend whatever you might think about that and just hear the transmission period and see what resonates. You know, whether you believe that there are ascended masters or not, whether you believe that there's only you and everything is, there's so many ways to perceive the world. So my intention is to assist your personal ascension, all right, as we connect to our true self. So right now, I just like to begin it with a prayer, and it's called the Keepers of the Flame prayer. And so here's what I know. A flame is active. A flame is vital. A flame is eternal. I am a God flame of pure radiant love from the heart of the central sun. Descending from the Master of Life, I am charged now with beloved Helios and Vestas Supreme God Consciousness and Solar Awareness. Pilgrim upon the earth, I am walking daily the way of the Ascended Master's victory, which leads to my eternal freedom. And by the power of the sacred fire, transmuting and transforming all elements of earth within my 4 lower bodies, and freeing me by the power of the sacred fire from those misqualified foci of energy within my being. I am set free from all that binds by and through the currents of the divine flame of the sacred fire itself, whose ascending action makes me God in manifestation, God in action, and God by direction. I am an active flame. I am a vital flame. I'm an eternal flame. I'm an expanding fire spark from the great central sun, drawing to me now every ray of divine energy which I need and which can never be requalified by the human, and flooding me with the light and God illumination of 1,000 suns to take dominion and rule supreme forever, everywhere I am. And where I am, God is there also. Unseparated forever I remain, increasing my light by the smile of his radiance, the fullness of his love, the omniscience of his wisdom, and by the power of his life eternal, that automatically raises me on ascension's wings of victory, that shall return me to the heart of God, from whence in truth I am come to do God's will and manifest abundant life to all. That is known as the Keepers of the Flame prayer. So, for those of you just hanging out and wanting to whatever you're talking about here. So it's all good. This is going to go to where it needs to go. And once again, my intention is to support you. So this is the book. It's backwards to you. It's called Dossier on the Ascension. All right? So those that are here that are in a different house, in a different frequency, it's all good. Moths and butterflies come to the light. And so the flame is active and it's alive and well. So I'm just going to read through this and let it speak and let whatever wants to be spoken about here to be brought up into that flame. This is just the foreword. The sensings of Serapis. From the teacher and the teaching of the path, the Sphinx and the Great Pyramid. Peace from the heart of Luxor. I heard the discipline of God and I perceived it as the manifestation of his order. Out of the chaos and dimension of mortal mind and confusion, I perceived the luminous orb of Christed intelligence strike as far from the star Draconis deep unto the pyramidal line. And I saw the chamber of the king, and I saw the chamber of the queen. And I saw the pyramid of lives, and I saw the master mason draw his line, and I saw the security of the divine geometry. I saw the cubit stone, and I saw the measure of a man. And I saw how that every man must strive to fit the master plan. And knowledge was needed, and a torch. And the chamber must be traversed, and initiation must come. And man must pass from death unto life. For the sun and the moon and the stars and the luminous orbs of creation are concentric focuses, orbs of light, masses of energy, of density, of out-picturization. And man is so, and knows it not. For the whirling galaxy within is also under dominion, and as a ship without rudder or compass or captain, so do compassless lives cross uncharted seas, and individuals are lost, hearing not the voice of the ancient mariner, and the voice of truth that parts the veil of mortal lies and leads men to pass from the bondage of Egypt, across the Red Sea, beyond the desert of Sinai, and into the land of promise. It is most unfortunate, but it is true that in the disciplines of men, their hearts are often so familiar with the cadences and lines of truth that scar tissue has formed upon the seat of consciousness within them, until they can no longer derive satisfaction from the holy tenets of our faith. And our faith is purpose, is in purpose. And so men must learn to still the mind as one would grasp a blade of steel and thrust it not forward 1/4 of an inch until the command to do battle was given. A soldier exercises control and heeds the call of the captain. The cone of fire pulsates from dullness to the brilliance of the white light, and the residual ash has consumed itself. And the egg of the serpent must not be left, for it can well bring forth not only a serpent or a sea serpent, but a dragon. Namaste, Yvette. Thank you for being here. The ovoid, actually, let me go back. And thus the cone of fire must be preserved until the blinding light of transposition, of transmutation does consume the dross and produce the fruit of the cosmic egg. The ovoid of the infinite is within the capacity of mortal men, but then when invoked, they are no longer mortal, but immortality is of a high price, and it demands the allness of men from the smallness of men. The very power of the mind of God which framed the world was to draw energy into a cohesive whole so that by design, by universal law, could manifest through a cosmic geometry as all of the myriad forces of nature with their many patterns, helixes, cones, squares, circles, and many other geometric figures. The use to which nature has put all of these various geometrical forms ought to show mankind that the mind of God has indeed drawn upon the knowledge of cosmic geometry to produce in the world a form of perfection, of order, which is so very beautiful in structure. Contemplation of that by mankind ought to show that no happenstance was involved in the mysteries of creation, but only a magnificent pattern of delight and order and intent and purpose. If this purpose manifests as the harmony of nature, then this purpose as order and discipline in the lives of the aspirants who would have their ascension must come forth now. I'm speaking now to individuals throughout the planetary body who are not attendant here at Luxor, but who desire to matriculate along the same lines as our chelas do here and participate in their own ascension at the close of this embodiment. To you I say, a more than ordinary discipline must be given. Guard then your harmony, that the cone may have little residual ash, that the dragon's tooth will not be found within the dragon's egg. Men cannot build out of mortal substance immortal bodies. Men cannot build out of mortal substance immortal bodies. They cannot build out of mortal thoughts immortal ideas. They cannot build out of mortal feelings, divine feelings that enfold the world and create the Great Pyramid of Life. The Great Pyramid of Life stems from the giant square of divine architect's mind, a mind that has all right angles and produces out of the four corners of substance the beauty of perfection rising from the spheres of mortal dimension. Let men and women understand the meaning of this, for the base of life is in form, but ariseth out of form. The social order, the order of individuals, the order of nations, the order of hierarchy, all orders are constructed geometrically. And the cubit stones that compose these divisions, becoming the unifications through cohesive force, are held together by the power of love that deems no sacrifice too great. The science behind the ascension is very great indeed. And the contributions necessary by mankind to the world order would build in the world order a pillar of great beauty, a pyramid of lives in harmony, a pyramid of architectural grandeur. Then the greensward will stretch toward the four corners of the earth. Then the pyramid will glow. Then the fire of the Spirit will transmute first the base stones, and the capstone will be the last to glow. For all energy in the capstone is from on high, and that which is in the base is from below. But the qualifications of the base must conform by reason of thought and devotion to the pattern from on high. And thus the fire will be drawn down first to the base stones, and then the capstone supported by the base stones will glow as the sweep of the great electronic stream from the heart of God moves down symmetrically and in perfect divine order through the entire structure, causing the pyramid to glow on the greensward. And it will come to pass that with the accomplishment of the capstone crowning man's achievement, the civilization of the Golden Age, the permanent Golden Age, will begin. And then the destiny of America and of the world will be outpictured, because the pyramid of lives will have adjusted itself in conformity to divine principle. And the grand mason of the universe, the eternal God, will himself express satisfaction by causing to descend out of heaven the hand that carries the torch. And when this occurs, that which is below will manifest that which is above. I am Serapis. I have known the scenes of earth. I have known setbacks, and I've known the strengthening where every loss has become an impetus for gain. I am known as the disciplinarian, and working with me at Luxor are 144 instructors in the Temple of the Ascension, where candidates are received each week who desire to serve a period of internship, of preparation for the Ascension. These are they who have walked the earth in service of the Christ, in service of the Buddha, in the service of God and man, whether tutored by ministers, by rabbis, by counselors, by priests, or devotees of the mystery schools. For we measure candidates for the Ascension by the action of God's holy will in life, by the action of God's holy wisdom in life, by the action of God's holy love in life, and discipline is our byword. Let the strings of the soul be taut for the striking of the hand of the master harpist. Let the strings of the soul be God-taught. Let them be disciplined in the sacred fire, pitched at the point of celestial harmony. The geometry of the soul is impelled into manifestation by discipline. And so I come, sent by God as the guru of initiates of the sacred fire. If you would wait 1,000,000 years for mastery, go find another. For Serapis is impatient for perfection. Perfection is a tangible reality here and now. I think those who think they cannot be perfect imagine that perfection is a straitjacket or a sterile quality lacking any verve or energy or joy or spontaneity. Nay, perfection is the flowering of the lilies, of the gentle violets. Perfection is a smile upon the face. God does not measure perfection by human standards. After all, how can the human have a standard of perfection? God measures the motive in the heart, the love in the heart, and that which mankind criticize, God ennobles as perfection. God is not concerned whether or not the drawing of the little child is letter perfect according to the great artist of times. God is concerned that the little hand has drawn a flower as the little heart has seen the flower. I am Serapis. I see the need for disciplined ones, and I see the futility of superimposing discipline upon the unwilling consciousness. Only love can draw forth from within your being the necessary components to your ascension. You cannot love yourself more than God. You cannot love yourself more than God. You cannot love yourself more than God. We need not complicate cosmic law. Cosmic law is love in action. Cosmic law is love in action. Cosmic law is love in action. Cosmic love and law are your faith, your hope, and your joy. Cosmic love and law is your faith, are your faith, your hope, and your joy. And if you could see all that heaven holds in store for you, you would be swift and take the wings of eagles to fly into our retreats in the highest crannies of the mountains. You would come, you would run from your earthly involvements. You would not tarry in terror. You would rise and rise and rise on the fountain of light within, and then you would bring forth fruits of innovation, creativity, newness, ideas, blueprints, and oh, so many wonders that the children of mankind are waiting to know and to hear about. To serve the Christ in all is to receive the reward of the Christ. To that end I discipline, to that end I initiate, and I am concerned with the top flight, the gold of consciousness. If you would be initiated, then I say, be willing to come to the feet of your own reality first. Then be willing to accept that there is a reality which God has vested in beings, in masters who've gone beyond this phase and this plane, who have a greater grasp of the real self than you now do, though you have an equal opportunity to attain that grasp. They have reached for the infinite and they have won. But they have looked back and extended a hand, for they have won by love for humanity. Therefore, I say, take the hand of hierarchy. Take the hand extended. Walk slowly or swiftly, but walk with a measured beat. Stand in the rhythm of your own reality. Stand in the rhythm of your own reality. Stand in the rhythm of your own reality. Press toward the mark and the prize of the high calling, the calling of the law of your inner self, and know that if you would attain swiftly, I'm here to impel you forward. I am here with the sword of the Ascension Flame. I am Serapis. Once again, if you're just coming here right now, this is the Dossier on the Ascensions, backwards by Serapis Bey. I just read you the foreword right now. And for those with ears to hear will hear, those with eyes to see will see. In this energy of Wesak, the time of the Buddha and the Christ coming together to serve mankind, to serve the planet, in communion and union with the hierarchy and the councils of Shambhala and the councils of light. Beloveds, in meditation I received a very direct nudge. I am the voice of Christ. You are the voice of Christ. You are. When you embody that which was in Christ, when you embody the mind of that which is in Christ Jesus, you are embodied. You are the voice. And we're leaving our mortal mind and our mortal beliefs and coming into the immortal self, the untouchable, the victorious self. But we are being called forth in our ascension to be disciplined with our mind and our body, our mental field, our emotional field. It is time to embrace discipline. It is time to seek the masters of wisdom and listen and obey. Because in our human self, excuse my French, but we've fucked up this world. And it's go time. And so this is just going to be a transmission. I'm going to share my heart. I'm going to share my truth. Take what you like, leave the rest, doesn't matter. I'm not attached to what you believe. I'm not attached to what you do. I'm giving you an invitation to, in your dream time, you have an opportunity to go to the retreats. You travel when you dream, right? You can consciously come to the temple at Luxor and spend some time with Serapis Bey. Serapis Bey, you can look it all up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time going into who Serapis Bey is, but I will say that he initiated Jesus, Yeshua. Yeshua spent some time with Serapis Bey and the Great White Brotherhood, and that's not the Ku Klux Klan, for those that are wondering. The Great White Brotherhood is not just brotherhood, it's sisterhood. It is a collective of beings beyond this realm, beyond this 3D realm, that are waiting for humanity to work in partnership. And I have an invitation. You've been seeing it from us, but Heather and I have been studying and working with a great group of beings on this planet called the Elemental Grace Alliance, which isn't just humanity. It is the boots on the ground. But we need to wake up and work in harmony with the angelic realm, with the elemental kingdoms, with the nature spirits, with the devas, and create the world that we know we want to create. But there is a path of initiation, of purification, that requires us to move into, to walk the path. Whatever master you follow, know that they walked a path of great sacrifice. They entered into the great, great silence, and they heard the presence of their monadic self, their soul self, their Christ self, their Buddha self. And so, I humbly bow before you as one who works with these beings, knowing that I'm an evolution in process just like you are. I don't come to you knowing all. I come to you seeing parts. 1 second, knocking at the door. Yes, love. Come on in.
I have cleaned it all myself.
Take a break. Love you. Do you want to come and say hi? Come here. This is why I do what I do. For his generation, his children's generation. He is the Flash. He's a superhero. This is the superhero making.
Yes.
Yeah. Love you.
Love you.
All right. Thank you. We welcome interruptions, right? I'll let him know you all say hello. And so Heather and I are going to be coming live, and we're coming out. We're coming out, so you better get this party started. It's time. It's go time. It's go time. It's go time. All of us, right where you are, right where you are, right where you are, I am. Right where I am, you are. And so it's time for us to not hold back from that which we're here to do, our destiny path. It's different. We all don't know the destiny path for each other. We know when we go within. And my part, when I said, again, Bueller said, this is more than a new age. This is not new agey. This is more than new age. This is the completion of the work of all the ages, of all the aeons coming together right now. This is the show. This is the moment. This is the time. This is when we said we come here for this moment. This is the culmination of all the ages. And the main message is that we have no other demanding task as souls, as a cosmic race, as a galactic race. We're coming into galactic citizenship, cosmic citizenship, more than our little planet here. But what we do on this planet affects the whole thing. And so we have help. We have help. We have help. We've got support from the masters. We've got support from the galactic realm, cosmic beings of light that are waiting for it. Now, this transcends your mortal understanding. Suspend what you think and open up to something greater, because we are not, as Buckminster Fuller said, we are not going to create the world that we desire, that we know is in us by the same mindset that created it. That was Einstein, actually. Bucky Fuller said, we do not contend with that. We do not contend with this old structure. We do not contend with the government and the way things are doing. We get focused on what we're here to do and how we're here to do it and what's guiding us in our joy and our love and our delight stream. And when we get about what we're here, what lights us up, and we share that, we'll attract what we are. This is what excites me. Reading sacred text that is light-coded with something inside of me that's a match, it's what lights me up. So I'm here just sharing my joy, my passion, my excitement, my fire with you as one star being saying to another star being, light up, show up, suit up, be available. The Justice League, the Avengers, the real Avengers, we are coming together to put our pieces together, all right? Every Thursday, 1 p.m. And then Heather and I are going to be going live with the Powers of Love with both of us. We're excited. We're coming out. Looks like it's going to be every Sunday. You know, it'll be a holy day with us and some song and some chant and a message that's on our heart for whatever's coming up. So we love you. It's good to be back with you. I say hello, Victoria. She's always said these hands are healing hands. These are healing hands. May the cosmic Christ that's in me ignite the cosmic Christ within you, and may that fire ignite and burn bright for the greater good, the liberation, the freedom of spirit of your life, for the good of your life. You deserve to be free. Free from any limitation. Let's fly, butterflies. Spread your wings. Let go of the old forms. Breathing in, releasing out. I love you. Thank you for being with me. Share if this feels good. And we'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.